Poverty is a reality that affects millions of people around the world, and escaping it is not easy. It requires determination, discipline, and being willing to make certain sacrifices. However, the reward is enormous: a more prosperous, secure, and opportunity-filled life. In this video, we will present to you 7 fundamental sacrifices that you must be willing to make if you really want to break the cycle of poverty. So if you are ready to transform your life, stay with us and discover these 7 sacrifices. Number 1. Sacrifice time for leisure and entertainment. Poverty often leaves us with little free time because we have to work long hours just to survive. It is important that you know this and be willing to sacrifice a little of your free time. That is, that time you use to relax and have fun, to do things that help you improve your financial situation. First, you can take courses or workshops to learn new skills or knowledge that will help you get a better job or even start your own business. For example, if you have always been interested in cooking, you could take a cooking course to become a chef or start a small food business from home. If you like computers, you could learn to program and eventually get a high-paying job in technology. There are many online platforms, such as Coursera or Udemy, that offer free or very cheap courses on a wide variety of topics. You must take advantage of everything within your reach. Spending time reading books on personal finance, personal development, or entrepreneurship is also very helpful. Books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki can teach you how to better manage your money and think like an entrepreneur. Another highly recommended book is The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker, which will help you change your mindset regarding money and wealth. The important thing is that you start cultivating yourself with readings. Attending events or conferences related to your field of interest is also a great idea. These events not only allow you to learn from people who have already been successful, but they also help you make contacts that can be useful in your career or business. For example, if you're interested in technology, look for technology events or talks in your city. Many of these events are free and are a great opportunity to learn and meet new people. It is not easy to sacrifice leisure time, especially when you work long hours and what you want most when you get home is to rest. But these temporary sacrifices can have a big impact on your future. Every hour you invest in learning something new or working on your small business is one more step towards a better life. Remember, you don't have to do everything at once. Start small, dedicating 1 or 2 hours a week to these activities. Over time, you will see how these small efforts begin to add up and bring you closer and closer to your financial goals. Number 2. Sacrifice unnecessary expenses. Sometimes, we spend money on things that are not essential, and that prevents us from saving and investing in things that can help us improve our situation. Here I give you some practical examples so you can start eliminating those unnecessary expenses and focus on what really matters. First, something very important is to avoid eating out frequently. We know it's very tempting to go to a restaurant or order food at home, but preparing your own meals at home is much cheaper. If you think about how much you spend each month on junk food, you will see that it is a considerable amount that you could save. Plus, cooking at home is not only cheaper, but it can also be healthier. Another unnecessary expense is subscriptions to services that you don't use much. It can be a gym membership, Netflix, Spotify, or any other monthly subscription. Review your accounts and cancel those you don't use regularly. If you only watch 1 or 2 movies a month, maybe you don't need to have all those subscriptions active. Additionally, you can find free or cheaper alternatives, such as watching movies on YouTube or listening to music on free platforms. Buying clothes, shoes, or other luxury items that are not within your budget is also an expense that can be avoided. I understand that we all like to wear new clothes, but if your goal is to escape poverty, you have to be more conscious of your purchases. Try to buy only what you really need and look for sales or secondhand stores. I understand that it can be a little complicated to make changes in our spending habits, but if we really want to get out of poverty, we have to learn to differentiate between what we really need and what is simply a whim. Number 3. Sacrifice conformism. In order to escape poverty, it is essential to stop thinking that everything is fine as it is. It is very easy to fall into the trap of complacency and conformism, that is, getting used to our current situation and not wanting to change it. But these are your biggest enemies on the path to a better life. You have to want more for yourself, dream big, and be willing to work hard to achieve those dreams. Simply put, This means getting out of your comfort zone, being willing to do things that may not be comfortable or ideal at first. For example, you might have to take jobs that aren't perfect but offer you the opportunity to earn more money or learn new skills. It may not be your dream job, but it can be an important step to getting there. Move to another city or even another country looking for better opportunities may also be necessary. Sometimes the opportunities we need are not where we currently live. Moving can open many doors and offer new opportunities for employment, education, and personal growth. For example, if you live in a small city with few job options, moving to a larger city could offer you many more job opportunities. Don't settle for what you have if you know you can achieve more. Fighting for what you want can be difficult and requires a lot of effort and determination. But think about the reward at the end of the road. A better life, more economic stability, and the satisfaction of having achieved what you wanted. Before continuing with the list, if you find this content useful, I invite you to give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Let's keep going. Number 4. Sacrifice relationships. This may be hard to hear, but not everyone around us is good for us, especially when we are trying to get out of poverty. Sometimes there are people in our lives who are toxic or negative. Not only do these people not help you move forward, but they often hold you back and take away your motivation to really improve your situation and get ahead. Sometimes you need to get away from these people and surround yourself with people who truly support and inspire you. The question we must ask ourselves now is, how do we identify a toxic person? Well, toxic people are those who always have a negative attitude, who constantly criticize, or who do not believe in dreams. For example, you may have a friend who always tells you that you are not going to achieve anything, or that it is impossible to get out of poverty. These people can make you doubt yourself and your abilities. Constant negativity can affect your self-esteem and make it more difficult to achieve your goals. Getting away from these people is not always easy, especially if they are close friends or even family. However, it is a crucial step for your success. Think about your current social circle and evaluate who really supports you and who doesn't. If there is someone who always makes you feel bad or demotivates you, consider spending less time with that person. You don't have to end the relationship cold turkey, but you can start limiting the time you spend with them and look for new friendships that are more positive. Surround yourself with people who motivate and inspire you. These are the people who believe in you, who support you in your dreams, and who encourage you to keep going. Find people who have achieved what you want to achieve and learn from them. For example, if you dream of starting your own business, find someone who already has one and ask them for advice. Successful people are often willing to help others because they too received help along the way. Remember, surrounding yourself with the right people can make a big difference in your life. Number 5. Sacrifice immediate satisfaction. If you are in a difficult situation, it is very tempting to look for quick solutions that will give you instant satisfaction. But to get out of a bad economic situation, it is essential to learn to sacrifice that immediate gratification and focus on things that will bring you long-term benefits. For example, it is important to learn how to save money. Sometimes, when we receive a little extra money, we want to spend it immediately on things that make us feel good, like a new cell phone, for example. But instead of spending that money right away, you could save it for something bigger and more meaningful in the future. Investing your money in things that generate passive income, it's also a good strategy. Passive income is income you receive regularly without having to actively work for it, such as rent from a property or interest from an investment. For example, if you have savings, you could invest in a small apartment and rent it out. This will generate income for you every month without you having to do much more than keep the place in good condition. In short, to escape poverty, it is essential to learn to sacrifice immediate satisfaction for long-term benefits. Saving money or investing in things that generate passive income are just some of the cases you can replicate. Number 6. Sacrifice your poverty mentality. To get out of poverty, one of the first steps you must take is to change the way you think. The poverty mentality is basically a set of negative beliefs that limit you and prevent you from reaching your true potential. These beliefs can make you feel like you will never succeed or that you don't deserve a better life. But to break this, you need to adopt an abundance and prosperity mindset. First, you have to believe that you deserve to be successful and have an abundant life. Many times, people stay trapped in poverty because they don't believe they can aspire to something better. Therefore, start telling yourself that you deserve good things and that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. This is not just a matter of positive thinking, it is truly believing that you have the right and ability to improve your life. It is also crucial to have a clear vision of what you want to achieve in life. This means knowing exactly what your goals are and having a plan to achieve them. Having a clear goal helps you stay focused and motivated. So, maintaining a positive and grateful attitude is essential. Be grateful for what you have, even if it's not much, and maintain an optimistic attitude. This does not mean ignoring problems, but facing them with the hope that things can improve. For example, instead of complaining about your job, be grateful that you have one while you look for something better. Changing your mindset can be difficult, but it is an essential step to escape poverty. Over time, these changes in your thinking will translate into real improvements in your life. Number 7. Sacrifice the fear of failure. The fear of failure is one of the things that stops us the most. Many times, we are so afraid of failing that we prefer not to try anything new. But if you want to improve your financial life, you have to be willing to take risks, but not just any risk, but calculated risks, that is, risks that you have thought through well and that have a plan behind them. And most importantly, you have to learn from your mistakes. Failure is not the end of the road. It is just part of the process. Every time you fail, you are actually closer to success. You must understand that failure is normal and that it happens to everyone. It's not something you should be ashamed of. For example, if you start a small business and it doesn't work as you expected, that doesn't mean you can't be successful. Many people who are very successful today failed many times before achieving it. The important thing is not to let fear paralyze you. Instead of letting fear stop you, use it as motivation to keep going. Think of fear as a sign that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and that's a good thing. You are doing something new and different, and that is what will lead you to improve your situation. Every experience is a lesson. If you try something and it doesn't work out, take a moment to analyze what happened. What could you have done differently? What did you learn from that experience? Use that information to improve on your next attempt. Failing teaches you things you wouldn't learn any other way. It makes you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The next time you face a challenge, you will be better prepared because you have already learned from your past mistakes. You must psych yourself up to give up and use fear as a tool to propel you forward. Getting out of poverty is not easy, but it is possible if you are willing to put in the effort, be disciplined, and make some sacrifices. This means that if you are ready to leave behind certain comforts and change your way of thinking, you could achieve your goals and build a more stable and happy life for both you and your family. Remember, the path to overcoming poverty is not linear. There will be ups and downs along the way. The important thing is not to give up and keep going. You are not alone in this. There are many people who have escaped poverty, and this should serve as inspiration and support for you. Do you know of another sacrifice necessary to improve your life and escape poverty? We'll read you in the comments. If you like this video, remember to give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next content.